Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Starting about 11 minutes later than I wanted to. I wanted to start at the bottom of the hour, but woke up a little later than normal, and I kind of put things back. Still early, of course, 5:41 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And yes, I still hate daylight savings time. And I was talking to somebody Sunday, and she said, I hate it too. And she said, I don't know anybody that likes it. I said, I don't either. The government likes it. I don't know anybody who likes it, really. Let's see if I can adjust this. Maxwell, good morning, Jay. Good morning to you, Maxwell, in Russia, the Russian Federation. Jason Frias says, Ron, my dude, morning, brother. Morning to y'all. So what do we have this morning? Got Cruzan aged white rum. We're starting the rum diary now. You know what I mean? The rum challenge. So we're stepping away from whiskey for a while, which is good. Can't be all hung up and fixated on whiskey. Then we're going to go to brandy after this. I got some French brandy I've never tried, and it looked like nobody else has either. And but we're trying to change that. Not to say I'm, going to bat for the company or anything, but just, you like to see people try different things. And then let's see what up. Oh, then it'll be to rye whiskey, back to whiskey rye. And there's one I tried at the hot rod shop with my friend David, just a sample. I tried it once. Jack Daniel's rye, introduced 3 years ago. I didn't have a bottle of my own, though. I don't feel as comfortable trying other people's stuff because then I can't revisit it and think on it, drink on it, and all that. But I tried. I'm not going to say no, I don't want to try it. Unless I figure I drank enough or I don't feel like it. But generally, that wouldn't be the case either way, and I would try it. But now I have 750 milliliters of Jack Daniel's rye, and I can try it. Then it'd be back to bourbon. Okay, in case you're wondering. Good morning, Ronald. Getting ready for work in California. Cheers. Cheers back to you, Daryl. Ronnie S says, good morning, Ron. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Ronnie. Justin Hopkins said, you tried that Natty Daddy lemonade yet? I haven't seen it, except on the internet. Been to stores, looking around. Nobody's got it. So it's the same old story where people say, why haven't you tried something? And I'm like, I can't get it. Good morning, Ron, says Jason Bourne. Okay, so we got CAL, Cruzan Age Light, age 1 to 4 years. Between 1 and 4 years. I don't know why they give that range, but the explanation I heard on a Scotch website or a video that the company made was, they said, well, it'll vary, like sometimes it'll taste fine at 1 year, but then other times you got to go 4 years with it. So, but I'm not an expert, but that's what they're saying, 1 to 4. There's no definitive age statement. That's just a range. It could be as young as 1, old as 4. More than likely, it's a blend of rums between 1 and 4 years old. That's the most likely scenario. Makes sense. Age in oak and whatnot. All right. Origin of St. Croix, and then it says distilled, aged, and blended by Cruzan International, St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and it's got Gary Nelthrop, master distiller, on there. 1760. The Nelthrop family still run the company down there, but they don't. They run the distilling operations, but they haven't always. They took it over in the early 1800s, like around 1810. They've been running it since. So that's why they have the signature. So there's the age rum. You notice it's a little more golden or yellow. Just a little bit. It's not totally pure white because of the aging. The wood and the charcoal, but mainly the wood gives it a little, because that's old barrels, but they do filter it through charcoal. But that's you understand, the wood gives a little yellow tint. Now the Bacardi's crystal clear. Now it's got this green bottle. If you ever noticed, the Bacardi bottle's green. You can see that. Like a lime green, something like that. Okay. Just watched 2 of your other videos, the Paul Honor beers. Oh yeah, that was great, because they contacted me and said, we want to send you the new grapefruit radler. I said, okay, send it along. But then they said, well, we're going to send 3 beers. Who's going to say no to that? So they sent the grapefruit radler, the Paulaner Munich Lager, and the Hefeweizen, which I love those two. I hadn't had them in a while, but poured a little bit too much Bacardi. I'm trying to be stingy with these, you know, like I don't want to waste them. I don't want to drink too much, A. And B, I want to have enough to keep on reviewing, you know. I don't want to be stuck with only the cheap stuff, you know. Oh, yeah, well, you got all this cheap stuff. Lots of it. Yeah, I want the good stuff. Work in California, you're up early over there, Daryl. I'm in Washington, same time belt as California. Yeah, they're pretty common here on the West Coast. I could go for a drink right now, laughing out loud, not really. Drink some coffee. All right. So you see the Bacardi. Well, actually, the Bacardi does have a little yellowness to it, but it's mostly silver. I mean, that's just clear. Who's going to win? I was talking about this last night on Multi Monday. I said, I don't know. I don't even have a guess, like who's going to be better. I wasn't too thrilled with the Cruzan aged dark rum. It tasted a lot like grain alcohol, you know, but it's not grain, it's molasses. But it just, I didn't like it. My friend David kept saying, I told you that stuff's no good. He was harping on and on. I said, okay, all right, I get it. I said, I just bought it because somebody kept talking about it. Plus, it was $9.99 a bottle. I got 2 bottles, $9.99 each. But then, of course, at one store about 2 weeks ago, saw it for $8.99. But you never, you know, I mean, you never know what you're going to want. So but then when I tried the aged light, it was really good. I said, huh, maybe that's the one the man was harping on. You know, he might have been harping on the aged light rum. For all I know, he never did say what shade it was, dark or light. Knowing the guy like I know him, I get the impression that it was the light. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would try anything dark. Shiner would be about as strong of a dark beer he'd try, which is Shiner's Bach is not strong. I was at Dorgnac's 2 weeks ago, and they had the Black Strap from Cruzan and another one. But they weren't $9.99 a bottle. These were like the specialty ones, the gourmet. You know, those were like $40 a bottle. And Cruzan has some that are higher than that, $70, $80, $90, $100 a bottle. You see, so what you normally see is just their base model, which is the most popular one. Same thing with Bacardi. What do 90% of people buy when they buy Bacardi? The Superior, which is the silver, and the Bacardi dark, gold, sorry, the gold. And it's probably mostly silver that they're buying. I usually see silver, the Superior. So it's probably 70% of those two is the Superior and 30% is the gold. They're the base models. They're just basic. Then you can get the Añejo 4-year-old Quarto. And then the black or the black. Then you can go to the 8-year, then the 10-year. Now you get to the 10-year, you're paying $40. Are there much more expensive Bacardi offerings than that? Much more expensive. Much more expensive. $100, $200, $300 bottles. Most stores don't carry that. Most people aren't going to buy that, including me. Maybe. So that's how that works. You know, these companies, they make all their money. The big money comes off the cheapest stuff because of the high volume. I was asking a wine distributor, I was like, this Manischewitz and this, what you call that stuff? Mogan David. I said, is that like profitable for y'all? Because y'all always bring it in and it's really cheap. He said, what? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? He said, if it wasn't for those, we'd be out of business, man. He said, yeah, we got the expensive bottles of wine that they got locked in the cabinet and we charge a fortune for it. And it's really great. And the people buy it, you know, but they might sell a few bottles a year, you know. He said the Mogan David and the Manischewitz is just a high volume thing. Whether it's good or not, or if you regard it with any kind of respect or not, fine. He said they respect it because it's money for them. You know, it's the money that matters, not the sentiment. Not, well, this obscure wine reviewer said all these things. Yeah, but they don't care about that. That's not going to make them any money or lose them any money. Okay, on with the tasting. Have you reviewed any Eyinger or Weihenstephaner beers? Yes, many. 647 here on the Eastern Coast. Gallon of coffee could be handy. Yes, sir, Ronnie. Clink in the beer mugs. Bacardi 151 if I buy it. Yeah. I haven't tried any of those 151 proof items. It just seems awfully strong. I think I'll just cruise around the 80 proof. Sounds a little better for me. You know what I mean? I've tried these barrel proof whiskeys, bourbons. The flavor is fine. It's not like any kind of problem with the flavor. They're fantastic and all, but it's so strong. It's just off-putting. It's like, oh, ugh. And it's like heavy bodied. And the deputy grand knight at our council, Jared, he'd say, try this barrel proof Elijah Craig. This is a real man's bourbon. And I tried it. He said, what do you think? You know, and I was like, I don't think I'm a real man because, oh, come on. You know, he's like, come on. I said, no, it's not about come on, man. It's like, it's too strong for me. I'm an 80 proof guy, you know, 90 at the most. If that's the way I am, that's the way I am. Hey. But they'll turn right around and drink this run-of-the-mill flim flam. You know what I'm saying? Not flim flam, I shouldn't say, but this run-of-the-mill beer that's so non-spectacular. Be talking about how great it is. I'm like, yeah, all right. You just got on my case about Elijah Craig barrel proof. Now y'all are in ecstasy drinking Coors Light. Yeah, I feel a lot better about myself now. Not that I felt bad about myself to start with, but you just justified and verified what I already knew. Now you might listen to this story and think you're very hostile and paranoid and get upset about beer, wine, and liquor. No, it's none of those things. I don't get upset about it at all. I just tell stories about it and just make mental notes about it. Certainly never get angry about it. I know many people that do. I mean, angry about beer, wine, and liquor, like they're crazy. I'm not going to talk to you on Facebook anymore. And I'm thinking I should have never met this person. It's madness. Why would you get angry about a beverage? But some people are warped. All right. Now I can see arguing about it, but in a context, you know, in a certain context, like arguing about football. Your team stinks, you know, and you say pejorative things about the other team, but you're not ever really meaning it. You know, it's like in jest. It's not meant to be serious. No one in their right mind would take it seriously. You say, but I know some people that fight at games and hate people because of their football team. I know. That's why I said they're warped. You know what I'm saying? They're not mentally sound. They're unsound. This is very clear. This is not a difficult lesson to learn. It's an easy lesson to learn. Same thing with politics. You run across hostile, volatile people with politics, usually left wing, of course. But there's the right wingers too that are mentally unstable. And they'll tolerate any viewpoint to which they agree with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the rums because actually I'm having a problem. They're both sweet, woody, charcoaly, nice, smooth, clean, easygoing, highly mixable, pleasant. I'm trying to think of one bad thing to say about them, and I can't for the life of me think of one bad thing. I don't even know how to describe this flavor. It's like it tastes like I don't know what that is. You know, usually you can compare beer to like, well, it's like bready, tastes like bread crust. Yeah, well, you know what bread crust tastes like. This tastes like a flavor, all right, but I don't know what that flavor is. It's good though. Must be Cruzan. Cruzan because it's a little unusual, and I know I have a taste for the Bacardi Superior. I've been tasting that, you know, for over a year. Like it, boy, do I like it. I don't know why somebody would come on the internet talking about how horrible Bacardi Superior is. I read some written reviews, and I just thought this is totally beyond any reasonable assessment of it. To me, it's not even bland or ho-hum, but they were talking about not that it's just dull and ordinary. Oh, no, no, no. They were talking about how monstrously bad it was. That it tastes like sand and dog hair and all these things. I'm like, I don't know if they're trying to get attention, if they're schizophrenic, paranoid, but it's probably the first option. They want attention and they want to fit in with the like cool people that drank the $180 bottles of rum. You know what I'm saying? Like they want that validation of being a real deep, I'm a deep drinker. I got ear holes. All right. You know the type. And their personality is like sandpaper. Grating. I like Randy Newman's song, It's the Money That Matters. Yep. In the USA. What can I say? Anyway, Urjo, I talked to my father. He didn't know. I talked to my sister. She didn't know. All right, you got to cut them. Seems like a mixer. I'm not cutting them, and they seem good. I'm an 80 proof at most as well. Laughing out loud. I'm going to have to try that one. Hello, Ron. I'm on the way to work. Good morning, says Kevin. Thankfully, I'm off work today. All right. There was a little short man. Remember, he had 2 swimming pools, and he wore the red outfit. A little fat man. I said, you look kind of funny. He said, I think I do too. I think I got it. Nah. And I'm going to tell you why I think I've got it. I got to close my eyes because I'm scared I'm going to glance and that yellowness is going to give it away. Look, here's the story. The Bacardi, and I know they're mixers. I'm aware of this fact. The Bacardi has a clean sort of sheen, a sugar sheen to it. And I don't know how to explain that very well, but it's like a sheen of clean and light and not overly sweet sugar. It's like the top taste. And it's almost like you made a glaze, a sugar glaze, and you brushed it onto the rum. And then the underbody, or I should say the undertaste. Yes, the undertaste is a grass type thing with charcoal. You say grass. Well, actually, if you want to get techno, if you want to be techno, like Larry Holmes said after his fight with Michael Spinks in 1985, if you want to get techno, never forgot that. 35 years later, I never forgot. Sugar cane is a type of grass. Cane is grass. You can make a weapon out of it, but nonetheless, it's grass. Sugar cane happens to be grass full of sugar. I've had the pure sugar cane crunch up, but it's too sweet. Oh, you go out here and they cut in the sugar cane and you bite into the pulp. Oh, immediately it's a rush, like you sucked on chewing tobacco. It's a rush of sugar into you. It's like all your teeth are gonna fall out of your mouth immediately, and your bloodstream. It's almost like makes you have like a. I can't stand it. It's unprocessed. But the other kids would, I say, ooh, but then they all got false teeth. Okay. But these are reminiscent of that in some way, in some ways. Not a direct relationship, but a tangential relationship, so to speak. Okay. Well, now that brings us to the end point. I think I know what it is, and I think I've known for a few minutes now, good number of minutes. I think this is the Bacardi Superior because it's just a little cleaner. I didn't say better. I didn't say better. Please don't. I beg you not to take this the wrong way. A little cleaner in the taste and the application and the finish and the presentation and all that. I think this is the Cruzan. Don't forget this part. $9.99 for Cruzan. Not around here. You won't find Bacardi anywhere around here for $12.99, less than $12.99. And it'd be almost a miracle. It would be almost like a miracle. Queen could write a song called The Miracle about it if you saw Bacardi for less than $12.99. If you saw it for $12.99, it would almost be a shock. Bacardi's not too cheap around here. So we're talking about at least a $3 difference. At least a $3 difference. So if I'm saying they're like the same realm of enjoyment level, international enjoyment units, IEUs, that would mean Bacardi wins. So Bacardi does, I mean, where do I go? Who do I turn to? What I mean is that I think the Cruzan wins. Does it have a better flavor? Not really. Does it have a worse flavor? No. Does it have a different flavor? Yes. Is it noticeable? Yep. But by virtue of the price point, since they're on par, it wins by default. You understand? Default. Do I like rum more than whiskey? I'm not going to answer that question, because then the whiskey people have become enraged and say, you're not a drinker, you're a child, you don't know liquor. Because if anyone in this world or the next prefers rum over whiskey, they're a fool or moron, an imbecile, an idiot, a deranged vagabond. And I don't want to hear all that, so I'm not going to mention or even indicate or even drop any clues about which one I prefer. I wouldn't do it. Not going to do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. See, I'm able to catch myself and not reveal too much. See, I got my cards close to the vest, and you say, "Yeah, but you're sitting in front of a mirror." I don't know why you want to nitpick. So, cheers to the Bacardi. I better not see CAL on this glass. CAL is Cruzan Age Light. Please don't be Cruzan Age Light. I'm begging you not to be it. Ha, ha, ha. The rum expert strikes again. Ha, ha, ha. How you feel? Played? Now, tomorrow, 2 days from, or later today, if I do a double up, I might feel played because I might get it wrong. But while I got it right, I'll be an expert, and I'll be so humble. I'm proud. I'm so humble. I'm Captain Humble. And Captain Humble is very proud of his modesty. I'm going to make a statue that everybody in America can see. It'll be so high, and it'll say, I'm humble and I'm proud of it. And I think that's appropriate and necessary. Okay. Well, that was a fun taste challenge, and it's all gone. You say, oh boy, you're going to be like Ozzy Osbourne in 1981 flying high again. No, rum is an interesting product. doesn't seem to affect you too much. You say, well, God, try to walk. No, it isn't the same. Whiskey will knock you down, you know. You could take 80 proof whiskey, 80 proof rum, 80 proof gin. The whiskey will get you looped up. Let's see. The rum, it's like nothing, you know. And then the gin is the insidious one. You start drinking the 80 proof gin, and later on you say, who put all this on my Facebook page? And then you say, oh, that was me. That was mean. Well, where did that come from? I didn't know I had that kind of anger inside of me. So it's not good, you see. I've had some good gins, but anyway. What kind of drink goes good with rum? You mean goes well with rum? Punch, some kind of punch. You can look up these recipes called rum punch, plantation punch. And they got the recipe on there, you know, how to make it. So would be the advice I'd give you. Go Cruzan, go. Yeah, it won by virtue of price, not by actual flavor. You understand? Alcohol is a hell of a drug. Yeah. Don't make the statue, Ron. Someone will knock it down. Yeah, but when they attack these statues, it's due to jealousy. You see, these people desecrate statues and attack them because of jealousy. All right. They feel their own inadequacy, their own fallen way, and they're jealous. And people hate what they're jealous of. You see, like remember in the Bible, it said the Jews wanted to crucify Jesus because of envy. Remember Pontius Pilate? He was smart, weak, very weak, and a careerist. You know, a careerist. His career was more important than morality to him. But he had a insight, at least, and he knew that it wasn't because of some crime that Jesus Christ committed or anything like that. He said he knew it was because of envy. They envied Jesus of jealousy, see? So they wanted to actually not tear down his statue, but attack him and kill him. So when these people attack statues of Jefferson Davis and John C. Calhoun and Christopher Columbus, it's not because the people did anything wrong. It's because the people doing the attacking they realize their own inferiority, you see. These are people that did great things, and the ones attacking it can't do even minimal things, minor things, worthwhile things. You know, so they do very minimal. They have a hole in their spirit, you know, and the way they fill that hole, that emptiness in their life, is to go after things that can't fight back. You know, a statue can't fight back. So, and you know I'm right. I know you'll agree. Okay. Wow, gotta try gin. No, don't do it. Coke goes good with rum. Oh yeah, Coke or Pepsi, yes. Or RC Cola, don't forget. If he wasn't weak, he would stand up for Jesus. Right. But again, Jesus knew he was going to die regardless. Right. But he didn't make the choice for the people. You understand? Knowing somebody's choice is not making it for them. You understand? It's spoiled white kids that drink too much soy milk who takes down statues. Yeah, but I don't want you to assume that they're a harmless. I agree that they're full of self-hatred and lost, wandering in the mental wilderness, cognitive wilderness. But don't think that they're not dangerous cadres. These are dangerous cadres who endanger me and you and your family. And there's really only one appropriate way to deal with the threat of the left-hand core. There's only one way to deal with that threat. And I think we know that method, approach, so to speak. But anyway, on with so thanks for watching the rum challenge. And so the next in line is Castillo. Yes, it's a good idea. All right, Castillo silver. I think that's going to be as difficult as today's taste challenge, honestly. Well, thanks for watching this video production. It's been 30 minutes. Y'all take care now. Have a great Tuesday, 2020, July 21st.